We've got some excitement about the place in North Central football. And the one fellow, he's on his tractor, probably a bit excited about the crops and how they look, is Dale Hinkley from the Birchip Watcham Footy Club. Dale, how you going?
Yeah, very good. Thanks, Flowman, over here. Very exciting time. Birchip Watcham Footy Club, seniors making in last week, and really excited to get over there tomorrow and watch a whole host of grades and over at Charlton Park.
Oh, we are going to be looking forward to it. Now, a couple of things. The Walder family out at Watcham, our thoughts with everyone, a big fire at their farm, the chicken farm there, and that certainly has a lot of people across the community concerned for a family in your area.
Yeah, certainly is, Wayne. There'll be plenty of support there for the Walder family, and going forward, that it's really good to see the true community come out and rally around them.
Yeah, great stuff, and our thoughts with everyone over there at Watcham, and the circumstances never easy when you lose produce, which is your livelihood on the land. Now, let's talk about some important games of football from last week. Birchip Watcham 17 goals, 110 have beaten the Donald Royal Blues 10-13-73, and the Green Men go to the grand final.
Yeah, it was, Flowman. It was stage was set up there at Sea Lake. They hosted very well for the day, the second week of finals. We had a good start. We ended up 26-14. Quarter time, and then at half time it was just a 2-goal buffer. Probably felt like we weren't getting rewarded enough for our efforts. Credit to Donald. They kicked back, and it was only a small differ at half time, and then you were able to settle in the third quarter and being more accurate going forward. 5-1 to 3-5 in that third quarter, and led by Nipper Gordon. He was freed up really well, and he kicked 5 goals and was named best on. And Haddo and Potter stood really tall for Donald all day, I thought. And unfortunately, Haddo's had a broken jaw. He's been diagnosed with a broken jaw, and will miss this week, as well as Darcy Harrison has injured his knee badly. Yeah, up there at Sea Lake last week, it was 21 of us all stood up, and everyone played their role, which was really pleasing. So we're really wrapped to have the week off and go over and watch the boys hit it out tomorrow. Yeah,
I bet you are. All right, let's have a look at the other grades. Some good football was played down into the reserves. 2 very, very good sides that come out to play last week, and what came down to a excellent match of football. Sea Lake Nandali 13-4-82 to Donald 6-6-42. Some of the Donald best players, like Beckham, were up in the senior side with a couple of players out of their senior. So it meant that probably their best side of the year wasn't on the park for Donald.
Yeah, it looked a little bit that way. I only saw the first half, Flowman. But they had a good lead at the start, 32-7 by the Tigers that was, and then 45-22. So they had a nice little long gap there at half time, and Harry Harcourt kicked 5 in the for the Tigers, and in the attack it was led by Brenton Dixon. He ended up with 2. So Ben Daniels was obviously their best on, and Tom Letts was Donald's.
Yeah, did well. And Sea Lake and Daly here got a lot of depth. I see that Joel Donnan was in their best players, and so he's been an absolute legend of the firstly the Wimmera Lascelles Club, and now playing some football in that reserve grade for the Sea Lake and Daly Tigers. Over into a look at the absolute brilliant kids that are coming through in the 17s, and this is just an exciting time. This was a close game. The Tiger boys beat Bort 9-6-60 to 7-7-49. I reckon I might have tipped the Tigers, and I think you went for Bort last week, so I think I've got one on you there.
Yeah, you do, Flowman. It was it ended up to be a high-scoring shootout towards the end of this game in the under-17s. Sea Lake kicked away at start, and were able to hold their way throughout the second and third quarters, and then Bort fought back hard, 4 goals to 3-2. Obviously it ended up with Tigers in front.
Certainly. Alex Cockerell played really well for Bort. He supported Jack Potter, and we talk about Potter quite often, but Cockerell was high up in the votes in the 17 and under count, so a good effort there in the Feeney Medal night. And Tom Cox, that kid can play. Cooper Allen, another really good junior coming through. They got some future senior footballers. Hatcher, another good kid, and Cruz O'Sullivan. With a name like O'Sullivan playing up at Sea Lake, he's going to be good in the future. He's good now. 3 goals from him. Tommy Cox and Brock Crow, a couple apiece. Fraser Holland, 4 out of the 7. He was brilliant for his side, and 2 goals to Max Beattie. Now, the Uniting Church under 15, it is a very important group of kids that start their careers playing finals football, and it was Donald 3-10-28 to get over Sea Lake Nandaly 4-1-25. It didn't kick very well, the boys from the Royal Blues, but they kicked enough points to win.
Yeah, they did. It was a thrilling clash to start off the day, Flowman. As you mentioned, only a 3-point difference at the final siren, and Sea Lake unfortunately didn't score in that third quarter, Donald celebrated pretty hard by 3 points.
Yeah, they did. This is a good group of young lads coming through for the Blues. Baxter Donnellan, and then Mitchell Godkin, another one of the Godkin kids, that's a name synonymous with that area. Ben Perry, good to see young Ben playing some good football. I think Owen Perry's family, that one would be, and Ethan Clapham in there playing some good footy. Yeah, young Nate McClelland, Braden Allen too, a couple of good kids. Scotty Barbary, I should say. Carberry's a legendary player over, I think, in Eden Apsley area. 2 goals for Barbary in this game. So a good effort from that young lad. All right, it brings us to the big ones at Charlton. The ground and the new facility, I know the medal count was over there. You've had a bit of a look at it. What did you make of the new facility?
Oh, it's a great facility. Flowman over there has done a really good job. It was obviously quite ideal for the count to be held there as well, being very central. So, tomorrow, nonetheless, they'll put on a good show, and it'll be a big following as there's a mixture of clubs in all grades playing. So, can't wait to get over there.
Can't wait. You'll be having a look at the senior match now. What do we got? A big one between the Donald side and the Sea Lake Nandaly Tigers. And I'll tell you what, Dale, this is a really important game. Haddo injury, I think, sways this game towards Sea Lake Nandaly. It's going to be tough for the Royal Blues with a number of changes.
Yeah, it will. There's a handful of changes in this one over there in the main game tomorrow. In recent encounters, they've had 2 of them this season, Flowman. The first one up at Sea Lake, the Tigers came home by 40 points. And then in the second time, it was Donald at home. We're able to, it was a 10-goal turnaround if you look at it like that. The second appearance by 20-point winners. So, big swing in momentum there. Obviously, a few injuries. I just, looking at this one, it's going to be very close all day. There's going to be some key matchups, which you might be able to touch on, Flowman. But I think, with the sheer weight and a rest for Sea Lake Nandaly will help them significantly in this one. And I think that the Tigers should come home just with too much leg speed and grunt.
Yeah, I reckon. What about this Ross Young and Trent Donnan in the middle? That is going to be an absolute beauty. And then you've got Kane Donnan taking on Josh Potter, another ripping duel. Donnan at centre-half back dominates there, but Potter has got the ability to mark and give good delivery or kick goals. So they're going to need him to kick goals, I think, with Haddo out of their side from the midfield.
Yeah, they will. He's in good form, so they'll back him in. And I think last week the Royal Blues, they were freeing up Barrick across their half-back line. So they'll be looking probably to do that again. However, they've got a pretty potent forward line, Sea Lake, so they'll have to be wary this week as there's no tomorrow.
There isn't. Billy McGuinness and Jordan Bath. Bath's been real good at centre-half back for the Donald Royal Blues. Billy McGuinness hasn't kicked the big sets of goals in the last few weeks, and so they've relied on Simpson, and also Donnan actually has been kicking some goals for them too. So I just get a feeling that if Jordan Bath can get on top and stop the flow through that half-forward area, the marking ability of McGuinness, then that could help the Blues get forward more often. And then again, the ruck too. If McNally's still in a bit of pain, and if he does play, O'Sullivan is going to jump into him all day. Yeah,
that'll be obviously an interesting battle there. But as you said, they'll have to get their matchups right, both ends of the ground. As pretty balanced in that midfield, and as you mentioned, I think Trent Donnan, he's a bit of a barometer for the Tigers, so you'll watch him to have a big impact. Austin
Mertz on a wing, Seamus Young, Ryan McGough, a star player for Donald, taking on Mertz. If they do stand each other, that could be a pacey duel too, with some very good excitement with those two players. Let's have a look at our tips. I'm going for the Sea Lake Nandalee Tigers. I think they'll beat the Donald Royal Blues. Your tip on this one, Dale?
Yeah, I'll go with yourself as well, Flowman.
All right, on the reserve grade, this is going to be real interesting stuff because we got a final like a beauty with the Birchip Watcham reserves. You know what's going on and who's playing in your side. They play Donald. Donald, of course, have got both sides in. How do you think they're going to fare up?
Yeah, well, hopefully our boys, the Bulls and the reserves, can get over the line here. They've had a rest and they had a training run last week and went up and analysed the other two sides that played up there in Sea Lake and Donald, obviously. So, they actually had an injury in Josh Tulpe, runner-up in the league best and fairest for the Royal Blues, that is. He's going to be missing with a suspected broken ankle, Flowman, so that's hurt them. However, they got Ryan Leader and Eddie Landwehr expected to return by look of the team sheet. So, there's going to be full list and both sides are full strength with Cormac Wilson also coming back into our side. So, he's going to bolster out that midfield up. But, this week as well, to note, Matt Berry's on return after a bit of a hand injury, so he'll bolster the forward line for the Bulls. On that, hopefully the boys can get over the line. They just need to capitalise on their opportunities going forward. However, Donald have been very strong in the reserves this year, so it's going to be very close. Brenton Dixon's going to have to be covered off as well in their forward line. Hopefully we can get it done by a close margin. All
right, having a look at the 17-year-old, this is the big one, preliminary final time. Bort to take on Birchip Watcham. Your lads, a couple of weeks ago, they got over Charlton by 4 points in a thriller. How close do you think they can get here? Bort, you'd expect, should win talent for talent, but Birchip Watcham are there.
Yeah, they are. Border obviously backed them in last week to win. They've got Jack Potter back from the senior ranks, so he'll be one to obviously watch out for and keeping close check with our boys, as well as Ty Galbert for us is outstanding, as we've mentioned throughout the year. So he's going to need to have a big game for our boys, as well as they'll just both sides will obviously need to have full support and they'll have to have plenty of run and carry to, get this one across the line. Hopefully our boys get it done, but I think, Board will be pretty strong and hard to beat.
They won the last match in round 16 just a couple of weeks ago, 5-11-41 to 1-3-9 at Bort, and so that makes it a really tough ask there for the Birchip Watcham boys. It's not outside of their ability, that is for sure, but it is going to be a tough ask for them. And last time they met early in the season, that was Birchip Watcham who went down to Bort, then 16 goals to 5 in that match. So, and then very, very much a good performance there by the Bort. And then early in the season, Birchip Watcham won the first game 9-3 to Bort 7-9. So statistically, Bort, I think, get home there in that game, but it's not played in statistics. It's played on the field. We'll watch that interestingly. Sea Lake Nandalee take on St Arnaud. How do you reckon this will go?
Obviously last week the Tigers just lost by 3 points, and the week before that the Saints beat Bort. I don't think the week off will be an advantage in this grade, Flowman. So they'd love to be playing each week or even 2 games a week if they could. However, I think Sea Lake will probably get back on the winners list this week and they'll be into the big dance.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Very good game of football for both sides in the 14s here. Maybe it's an opportunity here for St Arnaud to get a side into the grand final dance. Let's hope for the colours of the day. With all sides represented, it's even better when more sides are in. Good stuff to see. Enjoy your day at Charlton, and we'll catch up next week on North Central.
Good on you,